Have you ever woken up after a full night's sleep and still felt exhausted? Like your body rested, but your mind never did? You pour your morning coffee, stare into the cup, and wonder, I slept 8 hours. So why do I still feel tired? If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. Many women over 70 tell me the same story. They go to bed at their usual time, sleep through the night, yet wake up foggy, forgetful, or drained before lunch. And most assume it's just age catching up. But what if it isn't? Hi, I'm Dr. Lisa Periera, a gynecologist with over 30 years of experience helping women through menopause and beyond. And what I'm about to share might completely change the way you think about sleep. Because the truth is, fatigue after 70 isn't always about how long you sleep. It's about when you sleep. According to research from Harvard Medical School and the Mayo Clinic, our body's internal clock, what we call the circadian rhythm, shifts dramatically after the age of 70. The hormones that once helped you fall asleep at 10 or 11 p.m. now peak much earlier in the evening. When you fight against that rhythm, staying up for just one more show or scrolling under bright light, you're actually fighting your own biology. And the cost is more than fatigue. It can affect your heart, your memory, and your mood. So stay with me, because over the next few minutes, I'll show you exactly when your body wants to rest, why that time matters, and how one simple change in bedtime can restore deep sleep, sharper focus, and a healthier heart. Have you ever noticed how your sleep feels different now than it did 20 years ago? You might drift off easily during your favorite show, only to lie awake staring at the ceiling when it's finally bedtime. Or maybe you sleep through the night but still wake up feeling unrefreshed, as if your brain never truly rested. There's a reason for that. According to the Mayo Clinic and Harvard Health, our sleep architecture, the pattern that determines how deeply and how long we sleep, changes significantly with age. By the time we reach our 70s, the amount of deep restorative sleep we get can drop by nearly 40% compared to our 50s. And deep sleep is the stage when your brain clears toxins, your heart rate slows, and your muscles repair. Without enough of it, your body lies still, but true healing never happens. Here's the second major shift. Your body's production of melatonin, the sleep hormone, begins earlier in the evening. For younger adults, melatonin rises around 10 or 11 p.m., but for adults over 70, it can begin as early as 7:30 or 8 p.m. That early wave of drowsiness you feel isn't weakness, it's wisdom. It's your body saying, I'm ready to rest. Unfortunately, most people fight it. They push through, turn on the TV, check their phone, or have another snack. By the time they head to bed at 11, their melatonin peak has already faded. That's why they toss and turn. Not because they're bad sleepers, but because they missed their body's natural window for rest. In the next part, we'll talk about that golden window, the 1 hour every night that scientists now call your body's healing hour. Here's something most people don't realize. After 70, when you fall asleep matters just as much as how long you sleep. You can be in bed for 8 hours, but if you miss your body's natural window, that golden hour between 9 and 10 p.m., your rest won't restore you the same way. According to research from Johns Hopkins University and the Mayo Clinic, adults over 70 who consistently fall asleep during that window experience up to 45% better sleep quality. They fall asleep faster, wake up less often, and report steadier energy and sharper focus the next morning. Why does timing make such a difference? Because two of your most important hormones, melatonin and cortisol, shift earlier with age. Melatonin tells your body it's time to rest. Cortisol helps you wake up. When you stay up past your natural melatonin peak, your body's signals get crossed. It's like trying to board a flight after the gate has closed. You'll eventually get on another, but you'll spend the night delayed and restless. One of my patients, Helen, 76, had battled insomnia for decades. She tried teas, supplements, even prescriptions, but nothing worked. When I suggested she move her bedtime to 9:30 p.m., she laughed and said, "Doctor, I haven't gone to bed that early since my kids were little." 3 weeks later, she returned in tears of joy. "I finally sleep through the night." Her blood pressure improved, her morning mood brightened, and she even started walking again before breakfast. The golden hour isn't about sleeping early, it's about syncing with your body's new rhythm, the one it's been quietly asking you to honor. Next, we'll uncover exactly what happens inside your body when you sleep during that hour and why it can protect your heart, your brain, and your emotional health. When you fall asleep during your golden hour, that window between 9 and 10 p.m., something remarkable happens inside your body. It's not just rest, it's repair. Let's start with your heart. During the first 2 hours of deep sleep, your heart rate slows, your blood pressure drops, and your blood vessels finally relax. This rest period allows your cardiovascular system to recover from daytime stress. In a 2024 study by the Mayo Clinic, seniors who regularly went to bed between 9 and 10 p.m. saw a 45% reduction in heart-related issues like hypertension and arrhythmia. One of my patients, Ellen, 74, had struggled with high blood pressure for years despite medication. We simply adjusted her bedtime to 9:30 p.m. Within 2 months, her readings normalized, and her doctor reduced her dosage. She told me, "I didn't realize how tired my heart was until it finally got to rest." Your brain also benefits profoundly. When you fall asleep before 10, your body activates the glymphatic system, your brain's natural detox cycle. It clears out toxins and proteins that can build up during the day, the same ones linked to memory loss and Alzheimer's. Sleeping late shortens this cycle, leaving your brain less refreshed. And finally, your mood. Early, deep sleep stabilizes cortisol, your stress hormone, and boosts serotonin, your body's natural antidepressant. That's why women who start sleeping earlier often report calmer mornings, fewer anxious thoughts, and a sense of emotional steadiness they haven't felt in years. So when that wave of sleepiness hits around 8:30 or 9, don't fight it. It's your body saying, "I'm ready to heal." In the next part, I'll show you 5 simple nightly habits to help you fall asleep faster, stay asleep longer, and wake up deeply restored. Now that you understand how your sleep changes with age, let's turn this knowledge into gentle, nightly habits you can start tonight. Because science only works when it becomes a rhythm, one that supports your body, heart, and mind. Here are 5 simple steps I share with my patients. Honor your golden hour. When that wave of drowsiness arrives around 8:30 or 9 p.m., listen to it. That's your body's natural cue for deep, healing rest. Aim to be in bed between 9 and 10 p.m. most nights. Dim your lights early. Bright blue light from phones and TVs tells your brain it's still daytime. About 90 minutes before bed, switch to warm, dim lighting or read under a soft lamp. Eat and drink wisely. Avoid caffeine after 2 p.m. and heavy meals within 3 hours of bedtime. If you're hungry, try a soothing snack, a few almonds, half a banana, or herbal tea. Create a gentle wind-down ritual. Read, stretch lightly, or listen to calming music. This tells your nervous system the day is complete. Keep your bedroom calm and cool. Darkness, quiet, and a comfortable temperature help your body fall and stay asleep naturally. And here's a bonus step. Be kind to yourself. If you wake up in the night, don't panic. Take a deep breath and remind yourself, my body knows how to rest. When you give your body what it's asking for, earlier rest, softer light, gentle care, it rewards you with energy, clarity, and calm. If this message spoke to you, please like, comment, and subscribe for more science-based advice from me, Dr. Lisa Periera, on women's health and vitality after 50.